Adeleke, and a good afternoon to you. Yes, afternoon. I've explained why I agreed good afternoon by this time. So it's time for us to switch conversations, and yes, we're still staying on looking at the political intrigues in Rivers State. And someone once asked me why do I like to focus on the political happenings, and I try to explain to the person that, and I think I've done it on the show too, that politics is what gives birth to policies, because we play politics to get people into government, and the government will make policies, and the policies would affect our pockets. Like, for instance, the CBN cyber crime levy. I mean, it's affecting my pockets. I don't know about you, but anyways, we're not talking about just now. We're not talking about that now. What we want to talk about is APC. I want to look at the position in light of the happenings in Rivers State. The governor said there was peace the other day, but after that statement, we've seen other statements and other troubles emanate from different quarters of Rivers State. And just looking at the TV not too long ago, I saw the headline where the APC is calling for the impeachment of the governor of Rivers State. I wonder if really there is peace. And so we want to look at first what's happening with the APC. I mean, the lawmakers are believed to be from the APC. What's happening with the APC? What are they doing? Anyways, I'm not going to be the one to explain all of that. I've got Prince Adeleke Jones in the studio. He's a socio-political commentator and is a member of the APC. Please, can you come closer to the mic so we can hear you properly? Good afternoon to you.
Good afternoon, Kalada.
Welcome to Hard Facts. My first question is, what do you make of the political happenings in Rivers State? Now, I'm asking because the APC is involved. You have 27 lawmakers, I believe. Some people say they're not even the governor said they're not lawmakers. So let's get your thoughts on that. Let's start from that.
All right, thank you so much, Kalada. Let me start by saying to you that the political brawl in Rivers State presently are internal matters of the PDP.
Are you sure?
Very sure. And for us as APC, what we're really trying to make the people know is that even when they have that brawl in their house, they owe the Rivers people the duty of governance.
Okay.
So, for the governor, we expect him, no matter how the fight is within his household, he should understand that he holds us that duty as Rivers people.
Can I pause you, please?
Yeah.
Now, when you say it's a household fight, some may not agree with you. Because once again, the 27 law. I mean, you must have listened to the governor yesterday, or you must have heard snippets of of what he said yesterday. Yes. And he said the assembly members are the ones who have been trying, to bring about a war in Rivers State, and they are APC members. Are you denying them? I would get to that, but are you denying them?
Okay, let's start from the fact that these people were PDP.
Okay.
Initially,
I like the fact you use where.
Yeah. Were PDP initially, and something led to something. The house segmented. You understand? And a part of this house decided to switch to another house, believing that they no longer have that comfort in this former house. Now, what led to it is not an internal matter that they could find resolution for, but they failed to agree with themselves. And some part of them decide to switch. For us, we welcome them. Will you welcome a newborn baby? I mean, will you disagree with me that when a newborn baby, is brought to your doorstep or to be celebrated with you, you would say no to it? No. So we welcoming them into APC is the duty of every party to do so.
But then that also meant that the APC then got involved in the brawl, like you've called it. And I tell you this because you have said it is the duty of the governor to ensure that there is peace, just as it is the duty of the lawmakers to ensure that there is peace. I don't know if you agree with that.
Yes, I agree with you. But let's look at it. Does this fight remove the content of the Constitution that says the governor needs to provide governance? does it also remove the content in the Constitution that the lawmakers have legislative duties to perform? So whether there is a brawl or not, are we leaving the Constitution apart and doing what we would do as humans? So this is where the APC is coming in and say, whether you are fighting or not, these two that are fighting, the governor, you owe us the duty of governance. You, the legislators, you also owe us the duty of legislature.
But that's not what we're seeing. We've seen Tony Okocha led APC, and I'm going to say that because I hear there is a court case. We've seen that Tony Okocha led APC criticize the executive government and even called for their impeachment, and not necessarily, bring the legislators to any kind of criticism or any kind of scolding of some sort.
Yes. Now look at it, Kalada. You see, truth be told, and let us not deceive ourselves. For instance, Kalada, your director or the MD, the chairman of this company, let's assume you had an issue and he feels like he's not comfortable with what you've done. Does he take a rash decision that will shut down the system? That's what we're talking about here. Will he say because of that, he takes a rash decision that will shut down the system?
Has the governor taken a rash decision?
Good. Now look at what I'm saying. The legislature, once it is constitutional, you understand, the interpretation of that constitution, of who does what and who does whatever, is fully interpreted by the court. But it does not stop the fact that the governor was elected to perform the duties of governance, and the legislatures, the 27 who are in this situation now, are also elected to perform the legislature duties. Now, how do we mix it up to say because you are fighting, then those activities should not take place again?
Okay, now let's bring in the leadership of the APC. Some people are saying, and even members of the APC, I could call names if you ask me. I wonder if I should. But some people are even saying that the leadership or the Tony Okocha leadership of the APC do not have the what's the right word now? Do not have moral rights to criticize the government, because even within the APC there are troubles. There is the fight for who is the authentic chairman. I get the cases in court, so we're not going to discuss that, but all of that is also being talked about and bandied in the media space. So even the APC should not be talking about how Governor Fubara's Excellency or any other president of the executive government is going about governance in River State.
Okay, Canada, I want to interject you somewhere. Tony Okocha, Chief Tony Okocha, has never at any given time in his presentation tried to ridicule the governor.
Okay.
What he has always expressed is how to go with the Constitution. Whatever he referenced the Constitution. And that's what I'm here to tell you right now. Whoever is struggling with the leadership of the party today, is doing it out of his frame of mind. Tony Okocha is the leader, presently the chairman of the CTC, whether anybody wants to agree with it or not. Why? He is certificated for it.
Okay.
So, you see, people still live in their past. A party is being dissolved by the same people who have the power to dissolve it. And they said, this party is not functional in the state. We are not seeing what this party is doing. And for that, we dissolve all executives. And now, constituted another, who is the caretaker committee chairman. And now you are dragging the position by that power to say he doesn't have the local standing, he doesn't have this, he doesn't have that. Are you not joking? You're joking.
Now, you're saying it from that angle, but you talked about being elected. The people who were removed were elected.
Good.
and just removing them for no reason. Some people have put it like that no tangible reason.
Yes, no tangible reason
was given, and you remove them, and so that also makes it that the Tony Okocha-led government does not have, or led APC leadership does not have the moral right, that it is the handiwork of the FCT minister. Those are some of the arguments that have been made.
Is there in the constitution of the APC? Is that a power reserved to the National Working Committee and the neck of the party to dissolve any inoperative?
But when you say inoperative, what do you mean by inoperative?
Was the party functioning?
We could hear them in the news.
Which news?
We had the spokesman. We had the chairman. They were interviewed. They were there.
Kalada, you will agree with me that from the inception of APC in the state, after the breakout from PDP, all the saga of suspending the former leader and all that. Then the past governor of not in the immediate past,
Amechi,
but the former governor and the former minister of transportation. After that, bro, the collapse and the emergence of APC, you will agree with me that it is this time we have a leader called a party leader. I'm telling you.
What has it done to make you say it is this time that we have a party leader?
Good. Kalada. The party before now, how many times have you heard of APC? We were crushed by PDP. In short, we were submerged.
Are you being heard now? Do you think you're being heard now?
Good. Do you know the efforts of Chief Tony Okocha? He has brought the party to winning ways. I can hit my hand on the chest to tell you. If we conduct election this time, we're going to win seats.
And you think Rivers people believe that? I mean, you think Rivers people have accepted APC and the leadership of Tony Okocha?
Yes, for those of us who are in APC.
No, I'm not talking about for those of you in APC. I'm talking about Rivers people.
Do you need to have Rivers people to accept what you're doing?
No, you just said winning ways.
Yes. Yeah. And who are the people that is going to contest? They are the people under the party.
Okay.
Yes. And if we contest, of course we are going to contest. And I'm telling you, with the leadership of Tony Okocha, he has brought us back to winning ways. We will win seats. If care is not taken, let them try us in 2027 and see if we will not win the governorship seat.
Interesting. But let's look at this call for impeachment. I mean, I've got a commercial coming up, but can you touch on it? I don't believe the APC calling for impeachment of the governor has got to do with the Tony Okocha-led APC. Can you expatiate on that? Just before the break. Yes. And I like the way you smile when I ask you the question, but just expatiate on that.
Let me tell you, Kaleda, one thing is sure. Once you are the leader, whatever comes to the public domain, the ball comes to your table. Isn't it?
Yeah.
Good. I'm not privy to that information that my leader had gone to ask for his impeachment. But I know there has been call, for direction. He has always been talking of direction, giving the government direction. And he has never created enmity about it. At least, he appraises whatever they do well. Do you understand? And frowns at whatever they did not do well. So you don't come to say or conclude that he wants the governor to be impeached.
I would come up with the news headline shortly,
okay.
But then again, you would also, after the commercial, you would treat the impeachment story, and because you were saying Tony Okocha is the leadership that APC has been yearning for.
Yes. More refined.
My. But then again, you would also treat the issue of him being under the control of His Excellency after the Minister, Nyesom Wike. We'll go for a quick commercial. When we come back, we'll continue talking with Prince Adeleke Jones as to the APC in River State. I am Canada Karubatabo. Good afternoon.
Stay with us. Nigeria Info.
PhD?
Yeah.
All right, PhD. In the studio, he is a socio-political commentator and, of course, a member of the APC, as led by Tony Okocha and ESN. And we are looking at the political intrigues in Rivers State, but we're looking at it from the perspective, the angle of the APC. And just before the break, I asked him, is he sure that Rivers people are accepting the APC as led by Tony Okocha? Because a lot of people, are saying that he is being, what's the word now? I'm looking for the right word. Controlled? Is control the right word? Yeah, maybe we'll go with control. He's being controlled by the FCT Minister, His Excellency, Nyesom Wike. So, are you sure Rivers people are accepting him? And also talk about Nyesom Wike's control.
I disagree with you. Totally.
Not me.
I disagree with whoever is postulating that. This is this. The relationship APC had with His Excellency Nyesom Wike is that we went to him for help and he gave it to us. And when he gave us that help, in return, we also, reciprocated. Now, how can we be ungrateful to a man who had given us that hand of help?
What help did he give?
Thank you. Today, as Rivers people, we now have a relationship at the center.
Okay.
Which has been denied us for 16 years.
Okay.
Now, secondly,
which he was a part of, by the way.
However,
yes,
because at that time we stood far away from him.
Okay.
But at this time we felt, we are helpless. Sir, we understand that you have issues with your party, and you don't want, to align with your party nominee. Can you give it to us? Can you support us? Since your agitation was clearly stated that you wanted a representation from the South, that is the turn of the South and not the turn of the North. Now, our party has a Southern candidate. Help us. And he gave us that helping hand. And in return, we decide to reciprocate as the party and say, no, we want to work for your own candidate.
So are you saying that's the only reason? Because I do think it's on record during the Thanksgiving that happened not too long ago. Tony Okocha thanking him for the appointment, Magnus Abbey thanking him for, reconciling Tony Okocha. I mean, that's the work of someone who's got powers over, the two individuals. If I'm reconciling two people and they're thanking me in the manner that they have thanked me, or in the manner that they thanked him, it shows that there's some kind of control.
Kalada, do not misconcept it.
Okay.
Do not misconcept it.
Okay.
Tony appreciating him. Do you know that it was with the help of His Excellency Chief Barrister Nyesom Wike that we have this affiliation at the center? And so, if without him, how are we going to get this benefit? And that was why we came up with that agitation, knowing fully well that he is already at the center. He is already recognized by the man who is going to be at the center. And we say, please, sir, with this man, we trust him. Give it to him. All that belongs to us. Through him, it will get to us. And that was what we fought for. And for that, if he now comes and say, these same people who have just trusted me, that whatever will go to them, it should pass through him. And now on his own, being given the privilege to nominate, he says, use this person so that they can benefit.
You are in the political space. You analyze the politics. You're a socio-political commentator. When someone does that, is that not some kind of control? I mean, let's look at it from a political terminology. Let's leave real life. Political terminology. Someone, you first of all, you say, I'm the man that should be appointed a minister from Rivers State. I then get appointed and I come to you, for shouting so loud, take this appointment.
Good.
Am I not having some kind of control over you?
No control for now, because the man you're talking about, His Excellency Nyesom Wike, is a PDP. For God's sake, Tony Okocha is APC.
Okay.
So where did you see that thing? Alignment is different from you talking about control. That we have a relationship because we have projected you to say we trust this man more. President, please, we know you will visit Rivers State. You know they that worked for you. but let this man be our conduit.
But he's a PDP member, like you just said.
Because we know already he has already done what he would get benefit from.
Okay, all right, all right. So let's.
He was rewarded for his work.
Okay, if you say so. I'm not a politician, so I'm not going to drag on that one. But let's look at where's it again? Where I think I showed you when we went for the break.
Yes.
So the Punch newspaper, APC woos 27 lawmakers to impeach Fubara. Dates, timestamp, 7th May 2024. Yes. So you see, my news was accurate. And reading, the leadership of the All Progressives Congress in Rivers State has called on the 27 members of the State House of Assembly loyal to the Minister of the Federal Capital Territory, Nyesom Wike, to immediately commence an impeachment process against Governor Siminalayi Fubara. Now, the state APC caretaker committee chairman, Tony Okocha, made the call at a news briefing in Port Harcourt on Tuesday. That's today. Now, I'm going to ask you again, Dr. Adeleke Jones. I guess you're not aware of that, but I'm going to ask you now. Are you sure there is no connection between Wike and Tony Okocha? Because it seems like Tony Okocha has inherited the fight. Because now we know the governor has come out to tell us on several occasions that it's a father and a son fight. And now we know that the family fight has now turned to a compound fight. So it looks like Tony Okocha is on, has pitched his stand with that of Wike and his fight in the governor. Don't you agree?
Okay. I would still say to you that I disagree with that. Now, what Tony is expressing there is what should be done when the Constitution or the content in the Constitution for governance is contravened.
Okay.
That is it. Just like I told you earlier, Tony is not mesmerizing or critiquing this issue. What he is talking about is the brawl can continue, but let governance be in place.
Okay.
And so, when he's not seeing it, he's on the opposition. Just as we all are under him. We're on the opposition. Okay. And if we're not getting the benefit because of their brawl, what do we do? We call for such. So whatever he's calling for is a direction.
Why not call... Okay, now, since you're saying constitutionally issue, let's to the path the governor told yesterday. So, constitutionally, there is this saying that when you defect, you're supposed to vacate your seats and also. Why is Tony Okocha not, towing that path for the sake of peace, like you've mentioned?
Good. Tony doesn't want to dwell in this internal matters, like I told you.
No, this is not internal again.
No, listen.
No, Dr. Adeleke Jones.
Constitutional, ends up at the court for interpretation.
Interesting.
Good. So now the 27 had gone to court. The governor and his own people have gone to court to have that interpretation.
So why would you?
Why would they not wait for the judgment?
So why would you call for impeachment? Why not wait for the judgment as well?
That's the political space. That's what goes in the political space.
So yet again, I'm asking, if that's what goes on in the political space, why are we not calling the legislators, to order in some kind of way?
My dear brother,
I ask questions. I'm not. I ask questions. That's my job.
Is it. And I will tell you. Do you know that these people have just moved to our house?
Okay, so you're petting them just yet.
So, do you expect us to chase them away?
That's what I'm saying. So you're petting them, you're pampering them.
We're not pampering them. We're waiting for the court to give the interpretation to say their seat is vacant. But for now, we'll fight for them.
Okay, now this is what I'm saying. I'm going by what you've said. Now, I listened to you carefully. You said Tony Okocha has positioned the APC in Rivers State in a way that it has never been before since the inception. Yeah. And that if an election is held today, APC will win.
Yes.
So why not, shout, okay, you have defected, no division, vacate your seats, let's hold new elections, and let's see if indeed APC would win the election.
Who does that?
I'm asking. I mean, if you say you're standing, but you've just said the APC can.
Okay, were you aware that the governor wanted to resign? And he was called to order and say, where does that happen? Who does that?
Why can't he resign? You just telling me. How did you know if you're not Tony Okocha is not working with?
So Canada, you will imagine that 27 persons, cross-carpeted into my camp, and you're expecting me to start talking negative about them. I will defend them to the end.
All right, interesting.
But in the political space, any other person can come to say they should vacate their seat. Any other person can come to say they've done the wrong thing. Anybody can come to with the interpretation of the Constitution to say the Constitution stipulates this. But I'm saying that when it has to do with the Constitution, where the interpretation is taken is the court.
Okay.
Not by any individual.
You've just said that I think I'm going to skip that part of the report because I find that it shouldn't be said. But we'll look at that one later. But, you said the governor has continued to disrespect President Bola Tinubu by refusing to implement all the 8-point peace agreement reached in Abuja on the political crisis in the state, to which he appended his signature. And I'm wondering if that is a constitutional matter, because you've, said constitutional matters. And then he insulted the governor. But I'm going to skip that part of because you said he has never disrespected the governor, but he uses a certain word I can't even use on radio. NBC will come for me. But it's time for me to go to the phone lines, and it's time for me to take your calls and your messages. Remember that we can take audio and text formats, or text messages, I beg your pardon, via WhatsApp. 0809-030-6416 is the number. And then for the call lines, 0817-923-0002, 0817-923-0003 and 0817-923-0007. Remember, I would always tell you, keep it simple, keep it constructive. We're talking for peace and development, and we're not trying to turn River State into a war zone. We're looking for solutions, basically. And this one says, please tell your guest, Dr. Adeleke Jones, that he should stop deceiving himself with politics. Rivers people know the truth and who is behind all this problem. Say the truth and the truth shall set you free. I didn't say it. I told you that. Anyways, we'll get back to you. Let's take... this one says, the same Tony Okocha was proudly abusing Wike when he was not getting money, and today he's not praising Wike for his appointment. These politicians, I can use that word, but you said they have a jacked power and governance in Nigeria. Pity the jobless youths who are not willing to pursue certain words can be used, really. So I'm going to skip that message. This one says, read the political watchers long ago knew that Wike is an APC man. When was the last time he worked for a PDP interest? Not by talking that makes you a member of a party, it's by working for the interest of the party. With time, Wike will be forced out, so let your guests know is not talking to kids. And that's from Toye. It says, let's use the right words because I can't read them, It says, is it not self-explanatory that you guys are working for him? It's referring to you now. That's Wike. Keep ranting. You're only speaking to put... skipping that part. But try and do it with common sense because everybody knows about your antics. Be rest assured. Do I have a commercial? My goodness. All right, apparently I will not be able to take calls. To just put up a commercial for me. I really do not even know about that. But let's get your final take on this. I've got a commercial and I've got to go.
Okay.
Your final words, please.
You see, Canada, people deviate from reality. Politics as it is, it's a game of interest.
Okay.
So, it doesn't align with permanent enemy or...
I'm sorry, I've got to pause you. It's a commercial break coming up, so we would have to step on the brakes now.